Let's see the energy coming your way this week. This is going to be a collective reading, and it's timeless, so and for all signs. So take what resonates and leave the rest. So I'm using a new deck. I have a new oracle deck. This one is called Fortune Teller Oracle Cards. Let's give it a shuffle, and then we'll clarify with regular tarot and see the energy coming your way this week. All right, that one came out fast. I'll tell you in a little bit. Let's see if we get 3. All right, 2. Ooh, they're listening this time. All right, and let's get one more. All right, actually cooperated. Okay, I love this. Excellent. Ooh, look at this. So this thing says, the bottom of the deck, because you know how I feel about the card at the bottom of the deck. So the bottom of the deck says, the magic within you is growing stronger. Use it wisely. So when I, first thing I'm getting from this is magic in terms of just your natural skills, your natural talents. And if you're somebody who's more on a spiritual journey in terms of psychic, have spiritual gifts, just know that at this time, your psychic gifts are going to be expanding, right? You may be finding yourself tapping into things that you've never been able to tap in before. You may be discovering new psychic gifts, whether it be clairaudience, the clairs, right? Clear smelling, clear hearing, clear tasting, right? Any of those clairs may be increasing, clairvoyance. So this is a time. And if you're not, psychically gifted, then whatever talent, latent talent you have, this is something that's going to be growing and going to be expanding. So, invest in that. All right, so the first card, oh, Lord. So for some of you, I was not expecting this at all. So it says, a loved one from the past will re-enter your life. So the first thing I got when I saw it is if you have a passed on loved one, right? Just know that this time they're making contact with you. So you may be seeing certain things. Like you might be seeing the light flicker a little bit, like if you're going a room, because they're calling my attention to the candles right here. See that? And you see how that light's there with the candle? Maybe if you're somebody who likes to light candles, scented candles, right? To create an aromatherapy type environment. And I'm hearing too, like certain smells, like you may be smelling their perfume and you may be thinking, am I losing my mind, right? But in terms of like candles, like if you light a candle, you might see that candle just starts dancing or it's flickering, or you're sitting and, your eyes manage to glimpse over to it and you see it start to kind of behave in a weird way. Just know that there's somebody trying to make contact with you. So this is what I was getting for some of you in terms of your spiritual gifts, your psychic gifts. It's really going to be expanding. So don't be surprised if you also are making contact in terms of seeing things, right? Which is interesting because this morning I had a dream and it was very weird. And I kind of thought to myself, but it felt very real. And I'm sharing this because this is what some of you may be experiencing. So just paranormal things. This is a different kind of reading this week. And I was in the bathroom, right? And I was peeing. I hate to get very graphic. And for some reason, I left the bathroom door open. And when I looked up, there was a man standing in the hallway looking right at me. But it was not, I didn't get the sense that this was like a human man. He seemed very humanoid. He looked human, but there was something about his eyes that were very dull. It was like nude color. It was kind of like very androidy, very flesh colored. He had like a side bang, kind of like blondish, brownish hair. And he was just standing there and he had no clothes on, right? Except for like where his private parts are, I couldn't see anything. Like there was nothing there. And so I kind of thought to myself this morning, it was very weird. When you have those kind of dreams and then you kind of wake up and you're thinking to yourself, was that really a dream, right? Because it was just so real. And it's something that kind of stays with you and you feel kind of freaked out after, right? So some of you may be having those experiences. And I kind of thought to myself, is this somebody or an energy that's tapping in from, say, another dimension? If you're somebody who believes in star seeds and all that kind of stuff, right? And have the ability to tap beyond the veil and tap into other realms, other dimensions. I'm getting, this is very specific. This is going to be for some of you this week or happening now, maybe through Mercury retrograde. You're going to find yourself having these types of paranormal experiences. So just be aware. That's all this is saying, right? But no, it's happening for a good reason, because the second card you have is the universe is conspiring in your favor. So regardless of what's happening right now, right? And see that eye like just watching, right? So it's like the universe is watching you. Could be ancestors, spirits, right? People from, energies from other dimensions are kind of keeping an eye on you. But there's a reason, because you have some gift, right? You're very blessed. There's a blessing that's going to be coming your way, and it's something that's going to help you, right? Whether that be in terms of monetarily, in terms of material abundance, it's something that's going to be very beneficial for you in the long run. And just know that right now, regardless of how things might seem, you know, like if we're going through a tough time, because this week the energy's been kind of weird, you know, it's been very, even though we're in Mercury retrograde, it started sometime around when, July 14th, and I think it goes until the middle of August. It feels very Uranus, and I don't know if the rest of you are noticing that, where it's just sudden changes, right? It's just unexpected things, tumultuous things, and a lot of endings, a lot of deaths, a lot of sudden transformations. And so just know, regardless of what's happening in your life right now, things are going to turn around because the universe is conspiring in your favor. So some of you are going to be having some paranormal activities. Some of you are going to be discovering latent talent that's going to bring you a lot of abundance. So just follow them, right? Follow what your intuition is telling you and pay attention to your dreams and know that this is leading to something that's going to bring you a blessing, because I can't make this up. The universe is conspiring in favor. But look at the freaking card. I didn't even see this until now. A hidden talent will bring you great success, right? That is what this is saying. Confirmation. A hidden talent is going to bring you great success. And that's exactly what I'm feeling. That the universe is going to make you remember something that could be hidden, something that could be latent, right? Something that you're very good at, and it's just for you. And for some of you, it's a paranormal gift or a psychic gift that you possess. All right, so let's go. For some of you may find yourself more pulled to things like tarot, you know, and divination, where you've never been pulled to that before. But it's because it's something you did in a past life, right? Or a family member did in a past life, and it's been latent within you. But let's clarify and see if we get some 3D messages, right? So let's clarify. A loved one from the past will re-enter. And if it's not somebody who's deceased, see, you got the Page of Swords. So somebody's watching you, right? Keeping their eye on you and doing their research. And you're going to get a message. You're going to hear from somebody soon. So if it's not, well, we're in Mercury retrograde. So if it's not a passed on loved one, and it's like a, you know, a person who's still living, just know that you're going to be hearing from somebody soon. And you're going to get a lot of clarity, because the Page of Swords speaks the truth. You know, it may not be the truth in terms of how you want to hear it, like how sweetly and nicely, like the Page of Cups, but it's definitely going to be the truth, and it's definitely going to provide you clarity. So just, oh my goodness, I can't make this up. Look at this, Ace of Swords, right? Which is absolute truth. So if there's been any confusion, you know, and you haven't been hearing from somebody, you know, somebody may have just disappeared on you, somebody ghosted you, just know that sometime soon you're going to be hearing from this person, right? Because here you have the Six of Wands, so they could be wanting to get your attention. They could be feeling a little bit more confident about themselves, right? They're calling my attention, which I never noticed before. My nails are orange, and then here he has on these orange shoes, and to me, orange is like the sacral chakra. So somebody's feeling very fired up, very motivated. Another thing I'm hearing is this may stretch into August, right? Because I don't know why, but I'm associating the color orange with the Strength card, right? And there's a lion. So some of you may have this happen in August, but somebody's going to be feeling more confident. Somebody who you've not heard from in a very long time. Expect to hear from this person. But the universe is conspiring in a favor. So this is going to be a good thing. This isn't going to be one of those kind of people where it's like, better let's not hear from them. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be something good. Let's clarify. The universe is conspiring in your favor. So here you have the Three of Pentacles. It came out in the reverse. So some of you may find yourself kind of separating from certain groups, certain projects, certain people, certain teams at this time, right? And just know if this is happening in your life, maybe certain relationships, it's happening for a good reason, because the universe is bringing this ending, because there's something you're in that's out of alignment, and you're bringing you something that's going to be much better. Look at this, Queen of Cups, beautiful. So something that's heartfelt, something that's loving, something that's creative, something that's nurturing. So just know that if things are falling apart right now, like I was saying, this is feeling like very Uranus energy. Let it fall apart. Don't stop it. Just let it happen, because it's being brought about by the divine for a reason, to bring you something better. And then let's clarify the last one, because we're running out of time. Tell me about a hidden talent will bring success. Beautiful. Nine of Pentacles. I mean, this is nothing says success more than the Nine of Pentacles. So this is going to make you look good. This is going to make you feel good. This is going to bring you a lot of money. You're going to be independent, right? So if some of you are in a situation where you're having to depend on somebody, or, you know, some of you may even be in terms of your own jobs, you know, or creating your own businesses, is this is going to make you independently wealthy, make you very successful, where you can manage and do things on your own. So just remember, a hidden talent could be related to beauty, right? Because the Nine of Pentacles is a very kind of Taurian, luxurious, beautiful energy. But anywho, good stuff coming. So hope this is helpful, and catch you next time. All right, bye.